Hello, everybody, and welcome. So, if you couldn't already tell from the overlay, we're gonna take a trip. We're gonna take a little trip. We're going on a journey. We're gonna be adorable Japanese fantasy characters, and we're gonna go wander around. So, the reason why we wanted to play this game is because it is a game that has some interesting mechanics about a thing that doesn't get covered very well in a game, which is to say journeying. Taking a journey from place to place is so often important in role playing games, especially fantasy role playing games. And I don't think a lot of games do them very well. So we wanted to play a game that's just about that. It's about characters going from one place to another and the things that they encounter along the way. It's described in the game and in the press of the game as Miyazaki's Oregon Trail, which I thought was good. And also, it'll be nice to get away from the chaos and the bloodshed of our previous games. It'll be nice to do something adorable for a little while. It's also a game that we can play for a short period of time. We're gonna play like probably 4 or 5 episodes of it just to kind of dip our toe in and see what we think. It's a game that I've personally been excited to play for quite some time. I know Hillary, you have as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So
and Alex is just gonna have to. Alex in chat is like writhing in agony.
So if you're not familiar with Ryuutama, today we're not actually going to get into playing the game. We're just going to talk about the game a little bit, talk about things we're excited about exploring in the terms of the game, and we'll make characters. And character creation is quite straightforward and simple. So we should be able to hammer out the adorableness fairly quickly.
Preface this entire thing by saying, even if you have no intention of playing it, you should consider picking up this game because it is so nice looking. The book is so good.
Come on.
I love it.
So something that's fascinating to me about Ryuutama, and additionally Golden Sky Stories, Tenra Bancho Zero, Shinobigami.
I just want to keep pulling them off the shelf and holding them up.
What's interesting to me is that these games are they're born of a totally different environment, right? Like, people in Japan, game designers in Japan, got access to Dungeons and Dragons, and then reacted culturally to it by saying, we're going to make a game that is like the games that we're already playing, but like the video games that we're playing, or like the culture, like more like manga or anime that we're involved in. So I think it's cool to see a game that comes from a different place culturally. Ryuutama is a Japanese designed game that was translated recently into English. So that'll be, I think, a cool experience for us. And also, it's just like, it's super cute and kind of has a Final Fantasy vibe.
Yes.
So yeah, I know Dave is excited about that. Cool. So one thing that's going to be cool about it, and this won't come into play until we actually play, but the GM has a character in the game, and I can use that character to change the course of the narrative by spending points and essentially activating this character's abilities. So if I'm playing the the green dragon, then the stories we're telling and the powers that I have are about kind of like journey and exploration. But if I'm playing as the red dragon, the story is going to be about conflict and danger. So it's basically a way to set the theme for the game. I'll probably just go with the green dragon to begin with, but it's interesting because it codifies the GM's rules into a character. Which I can't think of another game that does that. Which
that's a really cool idea.
Yeah. So like the green dragon, for example, and I'll give you just some like, out of context thing. So Midori Ryu, the green dragon, keywords are long journeys, adventures, quest, hope, freedom, and balance. The artifact you have is an encyclopedia, and it means you run this game using the rules as they're written. So the other dragons have like a crystal the blue dragon has a crystal. All PCs can survive damage that reduces them as far as minus 20 hit points. So it's hacks of the game based on the color of the dragon.
So cool.
And that's really cool. And then it gives me abilities to modify, so I can choose to ignore weather modifiers once per session. I can choose to if PCs roleplay having nostalgia for home, they can ignore the negative effects of mind-based status effects for a scene. So it's ways to incentivize the characters to say like, oh, well, I'm confused and you're tired, so let's sit down and role play a scene where we're nostalgic for our home, and we'll tell a story about the village we came from, and then we can ignore the effects of that for our next role, which I think is really cute. And those are all dependent on the specific dragons that we're playing. The black dragon, and I love it, but I don't want to start there. The black dragon's keywords are betrayal, tragedy, madness, decay, and they have an ability where you just kill an NPC once per journey. An NPC dies, no roll required. So,
It's
lots
the world of darkness dragon.
yeah, lots of variety. It's the apocalypse dragon.
What's the black dragon's name? Is it Andrew?
Yeah, Andrew Ryu. So that's a cool thing about the game. The game feels, just reading the rules, and you'll see this as this gets developed. The game feels like a Japanese developed computer game in a lot of ways, like an early kind of. You'll see, but there's a lot of little things that feel like touches that are very sort of from that space. So let's start by I guess just jumping into character creation. So in the world of Ryuutama, the fiction level of this stuff is that you're travelers, and culturally everyone once in their life goes on a journey, big capital J journey. It's expected of everybody in the world, however we decide to build the world. It's expected of every person in the world, and as travelers, you are given a degree of hospitality and deference because you're on your journey, right? People won't just like put you up, but they'll give you work so that you can pay for the next leg of your journey. And you're being followed and chronicled by one of these dragons, by a dragon who records everything that you do. And they take that recording, they take that journal of the journey, and they tell it to the great seasonal dragons. And the seasonal dragons, they live off of these journey stories, and they become more powerful, and the world becomes like brighter and more interesting as these dragons built into the sort of the spirits of the world. And so your journey is really about like, your characters won't know this, but it's about sort of sustaining the beauty and excitement in the world by traveling and exploring it. It reminds me a lot of the board game Tokaido, which is also a Japanese themed game about going on a journey. There's some very Japanese cultural stuff built into the idea of this game. I wouldn't necessarily have to explain like why going on a journey and seeing beautiful things and stuff would be important if we were playing this with people who had that cultural background, but because that kind of stuff isn't necessarily built into our culture, it's important to talk about it a little bit, I think.
That feeling when you realize you've actually played or tried to run a campaign of Burning Wheel on this exact premise and failed miserably.
Yeah, no, Burning Wheel is the Black Dragon. It's about how will you suffer for your beliefs on the journey. This is just about.
I think I'd seen this before.
Yeah, relaxing travels. So your characters you'll be taking up, and the characters come from all kinds of diverse backgrounds. The world is ours to create and design how we like, but the journey is the important thing, and you're journeying together because it's always more fun to undergo a trip with friends than it is to do that alone. So you'll be designing your characters based on what your characters are good at, your character's background, like your class. And then we'll be buying some gear for your character, because gear is very important, and there's some fun tags that go into gear for your character. But before we do any of that, I need to assign you some character sheets. So over in Roll20, we're looking at something that will not have this won't have any context for you for a little while. This is our battlefield map. Looks like an egg.
Sure, it doesn't right now.
That's on purpose.
Yeah.
Egg.
Looks like an egg.
Egg.
And I'm going to assign y'all some characters. So let me go ahead and do that. So there's a character for Andrew. Obviously, you'll want to rename your characters and not just necessarily use... Unless, Hillary, you want your characters need to be Fexy Olaquaz.
I'm Fifi Odishum. Edoshum.
Okay, and then Dave, here's your character. There we go. And I'm going to assign myself a character, Shobaz Sapapre, so we can look at the character sheet.
Shabazz?
Oh
Shabazz.
God!
Okay, let me. Here we go.
I love the automatically generated names in Roll20 because a lot of the time you're just like, what even? But then sometimes you're like, good, that's my character's name.
So the core mechanic in this game, and it's used for everything in the game, is you're gonna have you have stats. You have 4 stats. You have your strength, your dexterity, your intelligence, and your spirit. Strength, dexterity, and intelligence kind of all make sense, I think. Spirit is your willpower, and your character is, there's probably a word for it in Japanese, but I don't know what it is. Your character is like gusto, your ability to like get things done when times are tough. They'll go up and down, but they're going to be rated at a D4, a D6, a D8, a D10, or a D12. And every roll in the game is combining 2 of those things or doubling up on something. So if, for example, you're making a condition check to see how your character feels at the beginning of a journey, we do this at the beginning of every day, you make a strength plus spirit check. So you take strength and spirit, add them together, and you make a roll based on those dice. And you're basically just looking for a target number in the same way that you would with like a system using like 2d6. It's just, I'll give you a difficulty number, you roll. Sometimes when you add 2 together, you're just looking for a number, like your condition, for example. But for the most part, you're looking to beat a target number. So you'll have those on the character sheet. You have, if we're looking at the stats section of the sheet, your characters have experience. You level up like a traditional RPG. You have fumble points. Fumble point is earned when any character in the party basically critical fumbles a roll. If you get 2 1s on your roll, that's a fumble. Something bad will happen, but everybody earns a fumble point, and you can use these later to get good things. Fumble points are good. They don't pile up and then you explode. So don't worry about that. You'll have health points and magic points. Those will go up and down. If your character uses magic, you'll use those magic points to cast spells. You'll have a condition, which isn't necessarily your hit points. That's health points. Your condition is basically how you're gonna be feeling on the quest. Do you wake up feeling chipper and excited for today's journey, or are you tired and you didn't sleep well? Maybe there was like rocks under your pillow. Your condition determines how difficult the rest of the day will go for you. You have conditions, and the conditions will be ranked. These are things like injury, poison, sickness, shock, muddled, and exhaustion. Just the wear and tear of the road. And then as your characters level up, you'll get to become more proficient in certain types of terrain or in certain weather. So if you're a fan of Final Fantasy VI, like I am, the weather and terrain have effects on some types of magic, which is really cool. So there's the minstrel can learn songs in different types of areas and then play those songs later to help you get through difficult situations. So you might learn, the Rondo of Rain or the Deep Forest Waltz, and those will let you basically cast those spells later on. So terrain modifiers, weather
Even
modifiers,
I got that.
terrain and weather, very important to your character. If you look at the checks tab on your character sheet, I will let you know what the current season is. I'll let you know what the current terrain is and the current weather. So that'll apply weather bonuses or penalties for your rolls. And then there are common checks throughout the game. So I might ask for special checks, but these are some of the most commonly used checks. So your condition check you make every day, your travel check for moving from place to place, direction, camp, things like initiative, searching for food. Those are all built right into the sheet there.
Just a quick question.
Yeah.
Is this character sheet actually done in Impact and Comic Sans?
Yes.
Or am I like hallucinating?
No, I think it might be.
Oh no.
I'm mostly. I was mostly seeing a bunch of papyrus here, but
Yeah, maybe someone hacked your Gibson and installed a show everything is papyrus mod. So
maybe
let's
I misread.
let's talk about the choices that you need to make to play your characters.
I have another question.
Yes. What is your question?
In the drop-down box on the first page, the first box says I can be a Koneko Goblin. Can I be?
Not right now. No, that's advanced. We'll talk about that in a second.
They're so cute though.
What's a Koneko Goblin?
It's like a cat goblin.
Yes.
They're annoying bad guys that say "nyan" at the end of every sentence, and
I can't be one?
not yet. There's supplemental material that allows you to be a navigator or a Koneko goblin, but we're not going to use that. We're going to go with the base model.
We've already played a lot of
Awesome.
goblins.
Yeah, these are different goblins, but yes.
Yeah.
A torch!
So the first thing you have to do, Nyan, is to choose your character class.
Yan.
Yeah, I'm. If you want, this is the time. This is the time if you want to get all anime tropey on me. But so the first thing you do is you choose your class.
Anime?
So the classes in the game are minstrel, merchant, healer, hunter, artisan, farmer, and noble. Now, artisan, farmer, and noble, they are in the book. It says recommended for players with a little experience playing Ryuutama. So if we want to play rules as written, you'll each choose one of minstrel, merchant, healer, and hunter. So let's talk a little bit about those classes. So the minstrel is a traveler among travelers who roams from town to town performing songs or dances. The minstrel has a wide array of skills that can help the party in a variety of situations. Some example jobs are dancer, musician, or minstrel. Some example actions are dancing, singing, storytelling, etc. They have an ability called well-traveled, which allows them to gain a bonus to their journey check because they're used to being out on the road. They have knowledge of tradition, so they get more information about the things that they come across. So anytime they come across something interesting, they can roll int plus int and get some information about that thing. So they know stories and songs and poems about different things. And then they have music. So once per scenario, you choose a terrain or weather type you're currently traveling through and gain it as a song. So you might learn Rain Song, Ballad of the Grassland, if you're in a rainy grassland. So you can choose one of those. And you can use the song later if it matches the specific condition in which it was required. Or acquired. So Rain Song can be used anytime it's raining, no matter where you are. Or the Forest Song can be played in any forest, no matter the weather. And when you do that, it gives a +1 bonus to all the party members to their next roll. So you play a little song, and it helps bolster everybody on their way. So that's the minstrel. The merchant is a traveling tradesman. So a traveling tradesman who exchanges goods from various locales for gold and jewels. The merchant has skills that allows them to buy goods cheaply and sell them for a higher price. So part of your journey can be, well, we bought a bunch of these like delicious red bean paste buns in this one town that they're known for, and we're going to carry them to the next town and we're going to resell them there for more gold because they don't make those in that town. So merchant is expressly good at that. They're also good at negotiation using conversation skills. And so example jobs for them are trader, store owner, caravan leader. They're good at selling, buying, trading.
Protagonist,
Yeah. Corporate shill. And their bonuses are they get a bonus to their negotiation check. So they're well spoken. Normally, PCs are only allowed to carry around. You're only allowed to have one animal companion with you. Everybody's allowed to buy one animal. But a merchant can have up to 3 animals without incurring a food or water penalty. So if you want to have like a cute group of pigs or goats or goat pigs or
oh my god, the cute pigs from when we played Ball of Magic.
or chocobos, if you want some chocobos, whatever. Animal owner is a merchant skill. And then trader, which is your skill that allows you to buy and sell items for more as long as you're buying or selling more than 4. So here you go. Cool. Hunters are a bit like monster hunter characters from the eponymous games. They're outdoorsmen who make their living from nature, using their wisdom, cunning, and technology to bring down their prey. They can find food in any terrain while en route to their destination, and even carve out edible or useful parts of monsters. So they can track animals. They can track the 4 types of monsters: animal, phantom beast, demon stone, or phantom plant.
Yeah, right. The 4 types of animals.
Obviously, the 4 types of monsters. By following their prints and spoor, you get a +1 bonus to damage any monster you've tracked.
All the prints that plants tend to leave.
Yeah, you can tell phantom plant prints. Listen. You get trapping.
Think more
So
magically. Come on.
you can harvest valuable materials such as leather or food from defeated monsters. So again, very Japanese role-playing game. If you kill a slime, you can harvest its slime essence. And you can use that to make items, or you can sell it. And then hunting. So you can catch small wild animals for food. Right before a camp check is made, you can decide to go hunting, and the higher the result, the more food you catch. So hunter is useful that way. And then healer is, because that's the 4th one, right, of the 4 they suggest, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, minstrel, merchant, hunter, and healer. So healer is a medic respected by all for their skill in using herbs to cure illness and heal injury. You want to make sure you have a healer with you if you're going to travel a dangerous area. Doctors, pharmacists, alchemists, herbalists, that sort of thing. So they have the ability to create a secret remedy from healing herbs and water to improve their efficacy. They have first aid as well, so they can reduce status effects for an hour. And then they have herb gathering. So they're the ones that can go out into the wild while you're making camp or whatever. They can find special healing herbs depending on each terrain. So they can find, special mushrooms in the forest, or they can find special grasses in the grassland, etc., etc.
Special cacti in the desert.
That's right.
See, what other drugs can we find?
Yeah, you scrape some weird fungus off the bottom of a rock and eat it. You gain the status ailment. Very confused.
We're supposed to be going on a journey, Adam.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
We're tripping.
It's a journey,
Okay.
and you never have to leave your basement.
Yeah.
Going on a special journey to Burning Man.
This is just 4 otaku getting really high in their basement and talking about shit. That's like the meta narrative of the whole game. That's the framing.
Right. Otaku basement adventure.
Yeah.
All right. So, does anybody have a class that's particularly appealing to them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Dave. What class do you want to be?
I want to be a hunter.
Okay.
I want to loot all the things. That is, like, if the art of my character gets to look like a Final Fantasy Tactics character, then I have to loot all the things.
Okay. All right. So, Dave, you want to be a hunter?
Yeah.
Hillary, Andrew, either of you have characters you're...
Um,
I'm leaning towards merchant.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not having a super strong feeling, so I'm happy to let other people pick, and then I'll choose from.
Okay. So if Andrew
things it
goes merchant and
Then I
Dave
should
goes
pick
hunter.
either healer or
Minstrel.
Yeah.
We could also just all be hunters, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we kind of want to spread out, but you could, by the rules, all be hunters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like, well, it's like in D&D, everyone could be.
There's about to be another choice that's like this, where you'll all want to pick one that's different, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's your character's type.
Whereas in Powered by the Apocalypse games, you actually do have to all be, most of them, you do have to all be a separate person. I will be, I don't know, being a healer seems more practical, but being a minstrel seems more fun. So I'm going to be a minstrel.
All right,
Bard's friend.
do it. Okay. All right. So we have a minstrel, hunter, and all right. So make a note of that on your sheet in your class section.
It's right there in Papyrus.
Which one was mine? Showbaz. Yeah. So select your class. And then you can later, as the characters gain advancements, you can multi-class. So you could be an artisan hunter or a farmer hunter or whatever. You can start
class
to do that.
2 over there.
Yeah, class 2 is over there.
Another type class name here.
So now you're going to choose your type. Now, your type is how your character does their job. There's 3 types. There's attack type. So your character specializes in combat and using weapons. There's technical type. The character can quickly assess the situation and find clever ways to solve problems. And there's magic type. You use magic.
What kind of problems am I solving here? Is this like I sell people things by attacking them?
No, but your skills, like if you're an attack type merchant, it just means that you're used to the hard life on the road, and when it comes time to, to fight, you're not afraid. It's a thing you have experience with. Basically, it just allows you to it'll give you some more benefits for later when you make certain rolls.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you wanna be balanced, doing one attack, one technical, and one magic makes sense.
I want to be magic.
Yeah, you wanna be a magic merchant?
Yeah. Hell yeah, I want to be a magic merchant.
Okay. Okay. Dave and Hillary, what do you think?
They both
Attack minstrel, technical hunter. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, I'm
You're
kind of
muted,
leaning
Hillary.
towards that a little bit.
We can't
Hillary.
hear you, Hillary. That's a good
There
face.
was some really weird thing happening downstairs. It was very loud.
Thank you. Sorry, what were you saying?
Sure, I could be an attack minstrel if you want to be a technical hunter.
Attack minstrel.
I feel like if I have any like really strong, I really want this thing choices, I will speak up about them. Otherwise, I'm feeling very like, sure, I'm happy to do whatever.
Technical hunter, attack minstrel, and magic merchant.
God, this is so good. This game is so good.
I'm glad you're really excited, Dave. That's good. All right. So you've determined your type. Now you determine your starting ability scores. So you're gonna choose from a set.
Mastered weapons list doubled when I clicked attack.
Yeah, now you'll get two. You'll get two of those.
Yeah.
So you get either the average set, which means you get a 6 in everything for all your stats. This is over on the stat side. So a D6 in everything. You can take the standard set, which is a 4, an 8, and 2 6s. Or you can take the specialized set, which is 2 4s and 2 8s. And remember, these are die types for the specific thing that you're rolling.
So it's kind of like the starting packages in Dogs in the Vineyard or whatever.
Yeah.
Just get some like profiles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And sorry, I like.
those.
Yeah.
4 6s, a 4, 2 6s, and an 8, or 2 4s and 2 8s. Yeah.
Okay.
And what is this for? I missed that part.
Oh, it's for stats. These are your strength, dexterity, intelligence, and spirit.
So I was like, these seem like important numbers.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're for.
So if you pop over to the checks page, you can see what kinds of checks are common in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are like planning on getting in lots of fights, having a high dex and int will mean you'll go faster. It's pretty well distributed. There isn't like a stat that gets rolled less. These are also going to be, I think spirit maybe gets rolled less, but it affects other things. So your health points and your magic points will come from your strength and your spirit, respectively.
Well, I'm going to be high spirit because I'm magical.
Yep. High spirited into it.
I want to be able to both drink and dodge things. So
All right, I'm going.
that uses all 4 though, so it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm going 6 strength, 6 int, 4 dex, 8 spirit.
Nice. Okay. That makes sense. Definitely.
I think for technical hunter, I think 6 seems to make sense because I want to be able to come at any situation with a decent chance of succeeding.
Good.
And
Sounds good.
Is it just those 2 number spread options, or is there a third
There's
one?
3. There's 6 across the board, 4
Yeah.
6 6 8, or 4 4 8 8.
Okay.
If you want to be really like heavy on one end.
You want to min max.
Yeah.
Min max your traveler here. How about? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be dexterous or intelligent, maybe.
Sure. Okay. So once you've got those assigned, your hit points should be double. Your health points should be double your strength. So if you have 4 strength, your health is 8, etc. And then your mental points or magic points, those are spirit times 2. You'll also have a carrying capacity, which I think is under inventory.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, your carrying capacity is your strength plus 3. Okay. Hillary, did you decide your stats?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give myself a 4 in spirit
Okay.
and an 8 in dex.
Okay. So yeah, as a minstrel,
Or maybe in intelligence.
as a minstrel, int is your knowledge of tradition is int plus int when you roll it,
Okay,
and
yeah.
your music is dex plus spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be a different thing. It says, I was like, where's that? And it's right under minstrel checks, which is just above common checks. So I should probably be good at those things. Actually, I'm just gonna do 6 across the board.
Okay. Yeah, that's totally a reasonable strategy. These will go up and down as you go.
If I really strongly change my mind later, I'll just change my mind.
Yep, that sounds good. Oh, that's cool. It adds the minstrel checks when you set your class as minstrel. That's really cool. Awesome. Okay, good. So you got those set up. Again, your health points is double your strength. Your magic points is double your spirit. And your carrying capacity is strength plus 3. If you are attack type, you gain 4 more HP. If you are magic type, your MP goes up another 4.
Damn, I got so much MP.
And if you're technical type, it means you'll get a +1 bonus, additional +1 bonus to any check when you use concentration, and you'll get a +1 bonus to your initiative checks, and your carrying capacity is increased by 3. There's some more
Where's the
stuff.
carrying capacity listed?
It's under inventory.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be equipped weapon and armor capacity.
And what? And sorry again. What was the
Strength plus 3.
strength plus 3?
Yeah. Yeah, you got it. Okay, cool. So.
It does it automatically.
Oh, perfect. Cool. Okay.
It looks like.
So now you have to choose your character's mastered weapon. So everybody is good at one particular type of weapon. Attack type will get 2. The weapon categories are light blade, polearm, axe, bow, and unarmed. So
I can know kung fu.
punch kicking. Yeah.
Or jujitsu, or maybe capoeira.
Now you can master any of those. And whatever you choose, you'll get that weapon to start with. You start the game with your chosen mastered weapon.
I can start unarmed.
Yes, you could. They all start with they do different things stat wise. And if you ever attack with a weapon that you are not mastered in, you lose 1 HP every time you attack, caused by the exertion of using a weapon you're not familiar with. So, for example, light blades, when you attack with them, it's dex plus int plus 1. The damage they deal is int minus 1, an accurate but weak weapon. Swords are dex plus strength and do strength damage. They're just kind of average one-handed weapon. It's the base default by which all other weapons are judged. Polearm does high damage but is two-handed. It's dex plus strength, but does strength plus 1 damage. Axe is, if you have all your points in strength, it's strength plus strength minus 1 to hit. It's inaccurate, but you get to double your strength essentially. And then bows are int plus dex minus 2, and can attack from long range, but poor accuracy. So they deal dex damage.
What was a polearm again?
Polearms are dex plus strength, and they deal strength plus 1 damage. Long spears, tridents, lances, that kind of thing.
How does unarmed work?
Sorry?
Unarmed?
Unarmed is strength plus dex and deals strength minus 2 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go axe.
Yeah, gonna go with axe. Okay.
Get all strengthy.
Yep.
I mean, my
Attack
dex is terrible, so it makes sense.
Attack minstrel. What did you decide on? You get two,
Oh, that's
right?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to. Sorry for anybody who's also experiencing the power washing happening outside. Um, I kind of want a pole arm, and maybe a blade or a light blade. I want to stab people and also have a giant trident because you said trident, and I was like, yeah.
I like giant trident. Yeah.
So, pole arm is my second bonus weapon,
Okay.
and I think blade versus light blade. The difference being that light blade is more accurate but does less damage.
Correct. Yeah. And if you've already got a pole arm doing lots of damage.
Yeah, I'll do light blade.
Okay. Light blade and pole arm. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. What do you, Dave? What are you gonna go with for your character?
Um, I'm still distracted by how nice, like, what stats each weapon uses.
Yep.
Like the fact that a light blade does int base damage is really cool.
Yeah. So the smarter you
Not
are.
so much hitting; it's like where you hit because you're thinking about it more because you're more accurate. Sorry, I'll probably just go for a blade.
Yep. Yeah.
Balanced.
Nice and balanced.
And also, I think at least one of us needs a katana. So.
Oh, also, sorry. Remind me how light blade works.
Oh, it's Dex plus Int plus 1 to hit.
Okay, so it's
And
like a
then
bow.
Damage is Int minus 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good. So you picked your weapons. So now you can determine your character's personal item, and you can do this later if you want to. You can come back. You can determine your personal item. So it's a small item you'd have an emotional bond with, something your character would have on them at all times. It's there to add flavor and background to your character and to give you an opportunity to role play some of those scenes that we were talking about before with the different dragons. So if you have like a picture of your son or daughter from back home, you could use that to instigate like a scene about that. So think about what a little personal item. It should be something like relatively small. With consent from the GM, you can choose a piece of travel gear or a weapon as your personal item, but it's strongly discouraged because you're going to get money to buy your gear with in just a moment. So think about that. It'll be a thing that we'll introduce later when we talk about the characters. You can add all of this stuff under inventory, and there's sections for your rolls and for the accuracy and how all the weapons work.
On our character sheet, the section for like personal item is actually under info.
Yes, that's right, because it's not really a piece of gear.
Yeah, so just in case anyone else was looking for that. Yeah. There with party role, gender, age, species.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So
There's already a party roll thing.
What's that?
I'd already decided on my personal item, and then I clicked on party roll to see what the hell that was all about. And there already is a journal keeper. I wanted to have a journal.
There you go. Yeah, we'll talk about roles after the character stuff is done. So shopping for items in this game, you start with 1,000 gold. And you get 1,000 gold, and we'll spend the first portion. We'll do the shopping now. We'll sit and go through that together. So make a note somewhere that you have 1,000 gold to spend, and the list of things that you can buy is in the game on. Let's see.
63 onwards.
Yeah, around there. So items vary depending on like a base item has no modifier, but your items can be cute, they can be beautiful, they can be sturdy or high quality, but they can also be used or gross or uncool or smelly or cursed or broken. So all of these have modifiers for cost. So if you buy a cute sword, it costs twice as much as a regular sword. If you want a cursed sword, it only costs half as much, but inflicts a -1 penalty to your condition checks every day. So you can see those on the cost modifiers. If you don't have the money to buy something that you want, you can make it uncool or gross or smelly or used. That'll help reduce the cost, but they all have either mechanical or narrative penalties. So if you have a gross hat, people will notice your gross hat and be like, ew, why are you wearing that?
Oh my god, I love everything about this game so much already.
Well, good. I'm glad. So your character, you do start with your weapon for free. But you can also buy clothing for your character. You can buy shields. You can buy rain boots. You can buy capes. All of these items will give you benefits in certain environments. So if you wear rain boots and you're in the rain, hard rain, or storm weather, you'll get a +1 bonus to any check that uses that terrain or weather. And you never know where your journey will take you. So having a variety of items can be very, very handy. The size of the item is going to be either 1, 3, or 5. It represents the volume, weight, heft, or encumbrance of the item. And that's what your capacity is for. So size 1 fits in the palm of your hand. Size 3 can be held with one hand. Size 5 is you have to dedicate 2 hands to carrying it. The other thing that's worth noting too is that items have durability equal to their size. So if you roll a fumble on a check when you're using an item, it can reduce the durability of that item by 1 point. If the item's durability is reduced to 0, it becomes broken and unusable. So if you make a journey check while you're wearing your rain boots and you fumble, the rain boots are size 1, so you won't be able to use them. They'll get a hole in them, or the one of the soles will fall off or something. You can't wear them to get that bonus until you repair them or buy new ones.
So I get a light blade and a polearm for free.
You do, yes. You have your trident and your sword.
A light blade is size 1.
Yep.
And a polearm is size 3. So
Correct.
That means that the light blade starts with a durability of 1.
Correct.
And the polearm would have a durability of 3.
That's right. You got it.
And so they should start with at their max 3 out of 3.
Yes. Yeah. They all start at their maximum durability.
And then it would be now. Could I spend money to make them to give them some kind of a characteristic?
Yes. Yeah. So on
I guess an effect
on page 60,
like mithril or gross.
Yeah, on page 60, if you want to have a smelly trident, it will only cost you 0.07. If you want your free item to be high quality or sturdy or something like that, you can just pay the difference. You obviously don't have to pay the original cost. I don't think you can afford, like a high quality trident at this stage anyway. Yeah, so it's worth we're talking a little bit about that. You can also buy, I think if you want to buy an animal, a pet, which is any creature no larger than 1 meter, aka a cat, a turtle, a rabbit, etc. That costs 300.
What about a snake all coiled up?
Yeah, a pet animal, a snake would be 300.
So the other reason that I put in those 2 weapons that I get for free first is because that already uses up 4 out of my 9 capacity.
Correct. If you're going to wear armor and have a shield, that kind of thing, then yeah.
So I put in my free stuff first before I start spending money because I want to figure out how much space I have.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing that's really important, and if we're gonna get kind of torchbearer on this, rations and water. So keep in mind that those are things you need to have with you to make the journey safely.
Can I have pack animals?
Yeah, you got to buy them though.
How much?
Pack animal is 500.
Cool. I have at least 1.
A pack animal has a carrying capacity of 15, so they can load up with stuff. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, you can't sell product if you can't carry the product.
That's right. Exactly. Okay. Do you want your pack? And if you want, I guess you can't afford it, but the animals in the same way can be tough, clever, or have a bad attitude or loud. They can also be a baby. So a baby version of a pack animal is has no abilities and counts as a pet, but if you play through a year, they'll grow up and become like a pack animal. They can also be loyal or well traveled, but those all add bonuses to the character.
I have a baby chocobo.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a pet.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes it cost a third less than the 300 it would start with normally. And is the plan to have it, or is it a baby riding animal?
It's a baby riding animal.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So that costs 300.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you're really excited about your baby.
What should my pack animal be? What kind of weird carrying things animal would we have?
I don't know.
If people ride birds.
Probably some kind of giant lizard, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking big lizard would be fun.
Yep.
Okay, I've not named my character, but I've named my animal already.
Excellent. Okay.
Important.
It is important. It's very important. Let me, Andrew, I'll link you the list so you can do all this stuff here.
Also, when I say merchant, can I really mean drug dealer?
We're trying to get away. We're trying to get away from
Stop being so
the
grim,
darkness.
Doc.
This is a G-rated video or a role playing game, and we're gonna try and keep it that way. So,
Okay, well, can I sell
Dude,
tobacco and stuff?
lighthearted.
Andrew.
Trying to make it
Andrew.
all grim, dark, and shit.
I can be a friendly drug dealer.
Be nice for once.
Why the fuck else would a merchant carry a freaking axe?
Well, monsters.
People
There's
love to
monsters. in the
Obviously
world.
not.
Because there are cat goblins, and they will come.
Yeah.
They will fuck up your shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
God,
I'm a
Andrew.
really racist merchant.
Can I be a drug dealer?
Come on, every single game you've ever played of like D&D or whatever, every merchant has been attacked on the road, and pretty sure none of them were drug dealers. They just had like food, like actually food.
All right, so I linked
okay,
I linked the equipment section for you, Andrew, if you want to grab that.
Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, small items. You could. I mean, there is alcohol in the game, so drinking alcohol, if your condition is 3 or less, you gain the muddled condition. There's no drugs though. You could sell candy though. I like that. That's better. There are magical herbs. There's medicinal herbs in the game.
Yeah, and that's like healers pick those up, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can healers are the ones that get to make them into like anyone can use the herb, but the healer class can use the healing herb with the healing skill to treat wounds. So there's a difference between picking a healing berry and eating it versus mushing up the berry and making it into a poultice, right? It's effectiveness. Yeah. And you'll also get some spells later.
I think I'll have some clothes.
Okay, clothes are a good choice. Otherwise, you're walking around in your underpants.
And so I would put that under traveler's outfit.
Yeah, traveler's outfit. You're wearing clothes. It costs you 50, and it's a 3 size. Yep. I figure everybody should have something on their body to start. You should all have clothes or armor. Armor's super expensive, so probably just
Super
clothes.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would take like all your money to have armor.
Yeah, that's true. And then make sure that you have food and water.
I'm gonna start with walking shoes.
Okay.
Food and water.
A barrel, a water barrel, costs 10 gold and holds 15 days of water. It's size 5.
Okay, well, so where should I track my inventory that's on my pack animal?
It's under animals.
There's an animal capacity thing.
Yeah, that's how much.
Oh.
I'm not sure. Let's see. Containers. If you increase the size, does it automatically? No, it doesn't. Okay, so you can just put a star next to stuff that's on your animal versus on you.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have a water barrel,
Okay, great. That's a good idea, and you're gonna put that on your
and that's
your
being carried by
whatever.
I think it's some kind of like giant furry lizard thing.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
big reptilian yak.
No.
So it's got like furry shoulders, but then like a scaly butt.
That's actually the literal translation of the name of this anime that we're playing. It's like big reptilian yak. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, and it's got like a weird kind of like beak, like weird reptilian beak thing, and it's like a big shambling guy.
And I think I want to check and see how backpacks affect your encumbrance. Let me take a look. Up to your max capacity, shopping. So like, I'm just trying to think about what a backpack does. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's your equipped weapon and armor capacity is just like how they're two separate things. So like clothes and stuff you're holding in your hands, things that go on your body, are one thing. And then things that you're carrying are different, and they have it's the same capacity, right? Like it goes up, but you would have to have a backpack to put things in if you're carrying things in both hands and on your body.
And actually, on the character sheet, like if you look at it, it lists weapon armor capacity, item capacity, water capacity, and animal capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So in containers, you can tick whether it's a water container or not, and then that'll make a difference to your water capacity.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So making sure that you have those. The animals, obviously, Andrew, your pack yak can carry 15 points of things.
Yeah.
That's good to put.
Its name is Partridge, the dino yak.
Nice.
Nice.
Much more on brand than being a drug dealer. Okay, so you'll probably want to buy food then. You got water covered. So rations are 10 for 10 for a day. So 150 would buy you one person's worth of food for the same amount of time that you have water for. So let's take a look. I'm going to look at the rule for food and what have you, like how it actually affects the rolls, because it'll modify your condition check, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Take a look here. Now you do have a hunter though, so the hunter can
help find food. Right?
Yeah, you can get food. It's one of your things. Let's take a quick look here. What have you got so far for your equipment, Hillary?
I have those two weapons, and now I'm putting clothes on.
Good call. Yep.
So I was getting some walking shoes, which are $350, and you just get a +1 bonus on a road.
Nice.
And I'm trying to figure out if I want a cape and or staff and or hat. I mean, I'm a minstrel. Also, I should probably have some kind of minstrelsy.
Yes, some kind of musical instrument.
Item.
I mean, you could be a singer, so.
I could be, yep.
Yeah.
So, animals, tough, blah, blah, blah. I want a pet, but I don't think I have enough money for that.
If you don't have enough, here we go. At the end of each day, each traveler consumes 1 food and 1 water ration. So you got to have.
What happens if we don't have it?
If you don't, I think you automatically fail your next day's check, your condition check, which is bad.
And then there's food, disgusting rations, delicious rations, delicious. So delicious.
Yeah. And then you can actually find food and water, but it slows you down, right? So a party can spend time while moving to find more food and water along the way. To do this, choose one character to perform a supportable check with a target number of terrain plus weather. A number of food and water rations are found equal to the difference between the target number and the number rolled in the dice. However, your movement for that day is halved. So there you go.
One of the things listed under general items, sundries, is grandfather clock.
Yeah.
And can I just spend my whole 1,000 gold on a grandfather clock?
Yeah. I mean, you could if you wanted to. Totally.
Ugh.
But then you wouldn't be able to afford like a camouflage cape or a sun
Or
cape
food.
or food. Yeah. Yep. It's true.
Okay, so I think I have like 2 big barrels strapped to my yak.
Okay.
And I have a wind cape and a sun hat.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, all three of you can sleep in the same tent. A tent is large enough for 3 people. And I think I just want to make sure, like, yeah, make sure somebody buys a tent, and I want also to make sure if you need to buy beds or sleeping bags. Let me see.
Can buy a pillow. I'm gonna get a pillow.
Does it give you a bonus to your sleeping?
Yeah. No, it doesn't do anything.
None of it is actually. The only camping equipment that specifically says that it has a bonus is the Arctic tent.
Correct. Yeah.
I like that camping equipment also includes stuffed animal, and that the stuffed animal can range in size between 1 and 5.
Okay. Yeah. You do need tents and sleeping gear. So everybody will need to buy their own sleeping bag, but one tent would. You could all sleep in one tent.
Do you need?
Worrying about feeding them.
oh,
Yeah, you don't have to buy feed or water. They just don't count for you.
For merchant reasons, is that what
Yeah,
you
for
mean?
merchant reasons. Everyone can have 1 animal, but merchants can have 3. You could buy a cute tent or a cool tent if you wanted to. People would be very impressed by your tent.
oh, that's a cool tent.
That is cool. That's exactly, yeah.
Okay, and I have animal feed.
Oh,
I
so
have a
you don't have to
backpack.
buy animal feed if you only have 1 animal. You can have up to 3 animals without worrying about feeding them.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't have to buy feed or water. They just don't count for you.
For merchant reasons, is that what
Yeah,
you
for
mean?
merchant reasons. Everyone can have 1 animal, but merchants can have 3. Yeah.
well, I'm gonna have a large backpack with me. Because I think I'm like not, yeah, I'm not super encumbered or anything.
Okay. Yeah. The backpack, it doesn't add any more encumbrance to you, but it can hold up to 5 of stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, each container shows a value, can carry a capacity equal to the can hold column. So because you can't carry any more on you, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's size 3 and can hold 5.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, it's size 5 and can hold 10.
For a large backpack, yeah.
Yeah.
But that might be too heavy for you anyway.
Yeah, I can. It's bigger than I can actually manage at the moment.
Right.
Who's gonna buy the tent? Is it me?
Did you buy an instrument?
I haven't bought an instrument yet.
Okay. Yeah,
I
large
guess I should probably buy an instrument. Hey,
regular size tent is 120.
yeah, and instruments are 300 plus.
Yeah.
I'll buy the tent if we can put it on your yak.
Oh yeah, like I can carry so much shit.
Yeah, the yak is a yeah.
I'll spend the cost for the tent then.
All right, how much? So I'm carrying the tent.
Good. Okay.
Yep.
Did anybody buy rations?
I have 4 rations
Okay.
that I'm carrying in my backpack.
All right. So rations is portable food. You're gonna need everybody to have some food.
What size is the tent?
The tent is 3, I think, folded up. Yeah, it's a size
Very
3
cool.
tent. Yeah.
So my animal can only carry 2 more worth of stuff.
Okay.
And
Everybody's gonna
rations are
need.
just size 1, no matter how many you have.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Or I think they're size 1 apiece actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're size 1 apiece because size 1 is you can hold it in one hand, like in the palm of your hand.
You did. Under items, if you add it, you put the size and then you put the count next to it. So you put
Right.
like ration size 1 and then count like however many you bought.
Oh, I see. I have animal capacity over here, so I can just
Yeah,
be at
just
12 out of 15.
Modify that.
All right, and then my item capacity
It's fine if you don't have enough food. Worst comes to worst, you can just eat the chocobo.
is
No.
4 out of 9.
I'll kill you. Oh, I need to go and berate Leafington in chat.
So for finding more food, because you have a hunter, when you make camp, instead of like wasting time, Dave's character can go hunting and receive a number of rations equal to the check result minus the target number. It just means that he can't set up camp. So while the minstrel and the merchant set up camp, the hunter can go get food. So you actually don't need to worry too much about it. And if you critical, all the food is delicious. If you fumble, the hunter gets an injury effect. He's injured on the hunt.
But we never end up with disgusting.
Sorry, Hillary, I think you're muted.
We don't end up with disgusting rations, though.
Right, yeah. He won't bring back disgusting food. Cool.
So far I have a hat and a sleeping bag and an instrument. So for instrument it says 300 plus and it says size is 3 plus.
Yeah.
So would that be like if I was carrying around a full size harp, it would be like 5?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Oh, question. Can I start with specialty goods?
I don't see why not if you can afford them.
Okay, cool. So I'm already carrying some spices.
I mean, yeah, like you might want to pick them up in the first town because then you can use your merchant abilities to gain your negotiation check bonus and like haggle them down, right?
Oh, I see. So I should hold on to some money then.
Yeah, hold on to some money.
So I spent 830, so I have 170 left.
Perfect. And then you can use that to buy. So the way the merchant ability works is when you're buying, you pick 4 items. 4 items of the same type at once. You have to have enough money to buy all 4 of them at their normal price. You make the check. If you succeed, it reduces the cost of the item. If it fails, you have to buy them at full price.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have to take them to another town to sell them.
Is there a place on my sheet to record?
Sorry, you cut out. Sheet to record.
Is there a place on my sheet to record my money?
Yes. It's at the top of the inventory thing. It says currency.
Currency.
Oh, nice.
Above the equipped weapon and armor capacity section.
Right.
Brilliant. Okay.
Right, because it could be gil or gold or silver or whatever we want to call it. Okay.
Also, I just noticed that there were kits.
Yeah.
Party kit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that those have like a cost.
It's just a collection of all the stuff.
Collection of all the stuff at the same price. Yeah.
That they've gathered together. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so let's talk really quickly about party rolls, and then I think we're pretty much done. You are anyway. I have to come up with stuff, and I'm gonna make you do some magic homework.
Okay.
Party. Let's note because we didn't note everybody's type bonus. So attack type. So Hillary, did you already add the extra 4 hit points for being attack type?
Yes.
Okay,
I
perfect.
did.
All of your damage rolls, make sure they get a +1 bonus. So put a +1 for next to any damage roll.
Okay. Oh, so +1 in the
Yeah.
inventory thing next to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And you've already got your additional mastered weapon, so you're good.
So I just need to make sure that I enter what the damage thing would be because some of them are already plus or minus a thing.
Yeah, you just modify it accordingly.
Would that be the add critical die thing? No.
No, it's so like for example, a light blade, it's what dex plus int -1. It would just become 0, right? Or for damage, not your accuracy. So you just modify it by 1 based on whatever it already starts at.
Okay, so for damage on a light blade, it would usually be int -1.
Now it's just int.
But it's int +0 now.
You got it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because you're attack type.
Yep.
Okay, good. Technical type. So Dave, you get, like I mentioned before, +1 bonus to any check using concentration. Concentration is what you get. It's a bonus you get when you spend your fumble points. But yours is doubled. You get an extra +1. You get a +1 bonus to all your initiative checks in combat. And then your carrying capacity is increased.
Yep.
So Andrew, you get 2 incantation spells and 1 season of magic, one of the 4 seasons. And that means you get all the spells from that season's low-level spell list. So
Okay, cool.
incantation magic, this is like general. You're going to be able to pick two of these spells. So I'll give you just for the audience. Like I'll give them. So pure crystal light, which creates a white light similar to a lantern. Alert bell alarm is a spell, cause a magical bell to appear, and it'll signal if an alarm comes within 10 meters. Arrow compass, which creates a magical compass for direction checks. Cure touch, shooting star. An animal taming ritual.
Don't forget enhanced red hand.
That's right, enhanced red hand. It turns your hand red and gives you strength and skill for accuracy in battle. You can also get the taste good taste. That's literally the name of the spell, taste good taste. You roll spirit, and that many rations become delicious. The caster decides what flavor. So
Damn, I want that.
You can cast the taste good taste ritual.
Okay, so
any 2 low-level spells as incantation magic.
yeah, okay. 2 spells of each level.
Yeah. Well, no, two incantation spells. And then you pick either spring magic, summer magic, fall magic, or winter magic. And you get all the spells. You can cast all the spells from that season that are low level. So if you take spring magic, you get a spell called Wake Up and Stand Up that immediately awakens and stands up everybody sleeping in the area. It only affects living things with 2 legs, though. So your sleeping mount will not. You can cover an area with lots of tiny flowers. You can cast Cure Plus Plus. You have to have Cure Touch as well. It boosts that spell.
Cool.
You could use the Little Beauty ritual that changes your hairstyle and color, and makeup is applied to fit your desired image. You do your magical girl transformation. You can cast that on yourself or someone else. Those are all spring spells. Summer, you can cast a spell that summons briars. You can boost someone's vitality with the vacation vitality. Yeah. You could cast the Min Min Cicada Chorus to disrupt concentration of anyone in the area. Or you can learn the Koro Puk Kuru Cute Leaf Ritual, which creates huge leaves that appear to be used as umbrellas for up to 7 people.
That's really good.
Yeah,
And also very Totoro.
Free leaf umbrellas. Yeah. Fall magic, you can cast Fallen Leaves, which summons a cubic meter of dead leaves. You can cast the Harvest Moon spell. A beautiful full moon appears in the night sky. And while it's in effect, the weather becomes clear and moonlight illuminates the area. You can cast Otome Tears. The target's eyes are filled with tears, blurring their vision, giving them -2 penalty. Or you can cast the ritual Magic Jam Bottle. Any edible item can be made into a long-lasting jam, keeping all its flavor, but being preserved for 1 week.
Legit.
So Magic Jam Bottle, I love that it turns literally any food into a jam. You want beef jam? Done, no problem.
Yum.
Yeah. And then lastly, you can choose Winter Magic. And Winter Magic, the 4 spells are Candy Ice Cube. You create a large translucent frozen block 50 centimeters on each side to be used as an object in battle. You can cast Cool Masquerade, which is freezes the target's countenance in place. They do not suffer any mind-based status effects while the spell is in effect. So you kind of make a cool face and it freezes it so no one can scare you or make you angry. You can cast Snowball Storm, which does what it sounds like. Or you can cast Winter Sleep. The target feels the lethargy of winter overcome them and they fall asleep. So what do you know which season you want? They're all really
I kind of want to
good.
do spring just so I can make people look pretty.
Yeah, a Little Beauty ritual is pretty great. And then you get 2 incantation spells of low level. And these all cast cost points from your MP. Non-spellcasters can use MP for concentration and for some other things. The last thing we need to pick is just the roles, and these are player roles, kind of like in D&D. Now there are more roles than we have players. but that's okay. It just puts people in charge of certain things. So someone can be the party leader. They have the last word on discussions concerning the party, keeps track of initiative and turn order in battle. It's part of their job. The party mapper is responsible for making the direction check as part of the traveling check phase and keeping the map sheet up to date, which I'll add to Roll20 that you'll be able to use later. The quartermaster is the person keeping charge of the food and water, takes responsibility for buying the necessary supplies for the trip. This is the one person responsible for the ration sheet, which would be a sheet I'll give you in the same way. And then a journal keeper. And this person keeps a detailed diary of events that happen in game as through the eyes of their character. Another option is to have people take turns writing the diary, switching off every character day or a few days. So you get a more interesting diary. And that's an in-character diary. That's like, today, this character is going to write about in-character the little things that happened. So, roles. Who's going to be what? I think if we do leader, mapper, and quartermaster, so we have all the sheets sorted out, then someone else can also be journal keeper. We can pass journal keeper around.
I like passing journal keeper around. That's fun because then we get to hear different characters do your diary.
We should totally write like the journal entries and post them in the Q&A.
Yeah, yes. And when the campaign is done, we'll post all the journal records together as one.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be really fun too.
Okay.
Okay, so it sounds to me like, Andrew, your character is already kind of in the best position to be quartermaster.
Yeah, because I'm already feeding and housing, or at least watering and housing people. You
can manage the ration sheet. Okay. Hillary?
Even though I'm a natural leader.
Hillary, do you want to be the mapper or the leader?
I would rather be the mapper just because I was the caller in our D&D game.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too.
Cool.
Is that okay? So Dave, do you want to be?
Yeah, just to like pass up that to somebody else.
Sure. Yeah, Hunter X leader. Okay, cool. Good. Okay.
I have a slight rewind question.
Yeah, sure.
Can I have that leaf umbrella spell as my other incantation?
No, the incantations are a separate school of magic. They're kind of like,
okay, so it has to be the blue ones.
So the way it works for seasonal magic is you get all the spells of the same season. So if you are a fall caster, you get all the fall spells. And then you pick 2 incantations from the incantation school.
Okay, never mind. That makes sense now.
So just to double, triple, super check, the item capacity and the equipped weapon and armor capacity are the same number.
Yeah.
But it just split up in 2 places.
Split up into what you're wearing and holding, and then what's.
So you really can't hold very much at all.
No. That's why pack animals are so important.
Yeah. Okay. Because I've just got clothes, a blade, a shield, some rations, and a bedroll, and that's it. Yep. That's 12. And that's because I'm an improved one and I can hold 12.
Yeah, now remember,
the item capacity is can be higher than the equipped weapon and armor because of like backpacks and stuff.
Yeah, but it's all still reliant on your ability to carry. Like a backpack full of heavy stuff is still just as heavy as carrying all the stuff in your arms.
Yeah, you can't increase your max.
You can't increase your max, yeah.
Cool. We're probably gonna have to like go back over some of the stuff.
Yeah. In between, I figure rather than doing the nitty gritty, we can close up.
We'll do that also.
Yeah, we can close up character creation now, and we'll come back next week. But I'll have done some prep. I think I'm gonna try to find some time to do that prep live. If folks want to see doing the GM readiness stuff, so I'll try and do that. I'll try to do that next week, early on. Maybe I'll do it on Monday, and we'll prep for Ryuutama, and then I'll check in with all the players about making sure all your questions are answered, and then we'll go on a journey. We'll go on an exciting journey together.
I'm sad. I love watching those, but I won't be able to for once.
Yeah, it'll be very very spoilery for sure. But I'm curious. I'm gonna go through the process anyway, so I might as well do it live. Cool. Well, I'm excited about Ryuutama.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for coming, y'all, and getting your characters ready. And if you have any questions between sessions, just let me know. I'm gonna go and post a combo mage Ryuutama Q&A. If you would like to remind everybody where they can send adorable fan art of your new characters to, if they want to do that. Andrew, do you want to go first?
Yeah. My name's Andrew. You can follow me on Twitter. at Commuting Crow. You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/actualfactual. Normally I stream after this show on Thursdays, but given that we're doing a bit of a double header today, I'm going to take a break through the middle of the day. See you all again later. Hillary.
I'm Hillary. Oh, and the other parts. You can follow me on Twitter at As a Sparrow. I have 2 Patreon funder projects, which are quite different from each other. One of them is I write a smut blog, and you can look that up and support it at patreon.com/McNaughty. And I also draw little dungeon maps, and you can look those up and support them at patreon.com/asasparrow. If you liked the things that I had to say earlier about Mage and stuff, I probably won't be writing an actual review of Mage for Shut Up and Sit Down, just because it's kind of outside of the indie game scope of my column. But I do write game reviews for Shut Up and Sit Down. I've got a couple in the pipeline. I know they haven't come out in a while. Life has been in my way for that. But yeah, that's stuff that I do and places that you can look at it. Dave?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave _the_human. That's on Twitter. In other places, like in Adam's community stuff, and on Twitch, and in some other stuff, I am Orath. I posted in chat, that's how you spell that. I'm really, really excited about this game. I knew it was cute, but I know I had time to read anything, but the more I'm reading, it's going to be really fun. Please look forward to my pet baby Chocobo, who is already named. My character isn't, but Chocobo is called Bobby Corwin. And yeah, am I doing anything interesting? No, not really. I've got my dissertation at the moment, so yeah, I'm not doing anything. But I'll be around for Adam stuff. So
you can always find more Dave right here. You can find more of Andrew and me here as well, because we had some scheduling shuffling. There's going to be more role playing today. We're doing Burning Wheel at its usual time on a different date. So 5 o'clock Pacific tonight. Hope you'll come on back and you can watch me try to murder them with orcs. Otherwise, we'll be back next week with more Ryuutama. I'll try to post a schedule up on my website. You can find it at www.adam-koble.com. And I'll try to update the schedule for when the GM stuff for Ryuutama is going to be, because I definitely want to do a pre-show setup for the journey, because I think there's actually some interesting stuff in there for that. So keep an eye out there, and as always, follow me on Twitter at SkinnyGhost, and follow Roll20 app for show announcements and more information about what we're doing. So we will see you next time, whenever your next time is. Thanks for coming, everyone, and have a good day. Bye.